So that was our review of ARK. Goodbye, everyone.
Welcome for everybody who stayed from our previous stream. This is the second stream, and we're going to review ARK. We also noted that the Samurai Showdown collection is free also.
And it is actually officially one of the mystery games, which means we will play it and review it probably on Sunday.
Yes, but let's focus on ARK now. Because at first we thought this is not a big game, maybe this is an indie game, but we were quite wrong. This has been for a development from 2015, and it's been in early access for a long time, and since then it went official release already, and there still might be a little bit bugs, but...
And I have to be honest that my opinion before playing it came from watching gameplay, watching some other streamers play it, and having the impression that it was a pretty rough, weird indie sandbox, which is partly true.
It is.
But not entirely true.
But let's just make sure everybody knows what this game is about. This is actually online, but offline game too. You can play solo or on a map with, I believe, up to 100 people. And the map is huge. There's several maps. The first one is like an usual island, like from the game Forest, or from, well, actually just Tropical Island. But
Far Cry 3.
Yes, but there's something different about the island, because there are prehistoric creatures there. And not only that, some of them has like robotic arms, legs, so there's... So
something weird is happening. Yeah.
Something weird, and you can check out the wallpaper behind us, and it looks really like strange. I would say like even rubbish, because the idea is it's really strange. And for people who didn't play it, I see how it can like. How people would take their hands off the game just to see this wallpaper.
It feels like a cowboy versus aliens kind of idea.
Yeah. But you know, this game is more realistic than you think, except there are the dinosaurs and the
and the laser guns
animals and laser guns. You really start with just your bare hands, and you have to start building a shelter. You have to fight, well, there's a day and night cycle. You have to fight the dinosaurs and other people too. So this is really interesting. Everything is very slow at the beginning. You have to learn everything.
Grinding.
This is a survival game, survival online game.
I mean, some survival games don't require a lot of grinding. This one does. You have to spend a lot of time on just surviving, making sure you have food, making sure you gather enough resources to build a simple shelter. So if you're not ready to invest a lot of time into it, it's probably going to turn you off pretty quickly, because very soon you realize that you might spend a couple of hours just gathering resources enough to build the next level of your house or something. That is part of the game. So you have to accept that going into it.
But if you are not into online or multiplayer games, you can still enjoy this game, because there's a single player and it's basically the same without people, so maybe a little bit less interesting. But the real question is here, and that is that should you play it? Should you play this game, Caleb? Do you want to go first?
Sure. That's my answer. Kidding. You know, there's something a little bit smaller that I have to say, and then I'll get to the big philosophical questions. One thing I really liked about this game is how it handles death.
Okay.
And no, that's not one of the big philosophical questions.
Okay.
Because a lot of video games either err on the side of making death mean nothing in the game, and you at certain point you don't care if you die, you know you can just restart, respawn, whatever. Other games make it far too punishing, and if you've been playing for hours and hours and then you die and it's all over, this is enough to make me quit the game, at least. Dark Souls. What ARK manages to do is a balance of, like, you don't lose any progression You start from a very similar place when it comes to your character, your skills, what you can build, but all your resources stay on the dead body. This means that if you're out scouting and you get attacked by some giant creature, you really, really don't want to die because it would be almost impossible to get those resources back, but you're not going to lose all of the progression that you got, like the time that you grinded into the game. This I find to be a really, really nice balance. The one other thing that I'll say.
But let's not get this review for hours, okay?
No, okay. This game made me think about the purpose of video games. Because some people say that video games are a sport and it's about competition, it's
or
about
it's
skills,
just for fun.
or it's just for fun. I actually think that at its best, video games are art. And the purpose of art...
Some of them. I would say some of them are.
I would say the goal of the medium should be art.
But I think it's fun.
Yeah.
We might not agree on this.
Nothing wrong with it being fun.
Okay.
No, but for me, the purpose of art is to experience and feel things that would be difficult to experience or feel otherwise.
Agree.
There is a lot of things that I am not a big fan of with ARK. It has too much grinding. The theme of the world is weird. The character creation is rubbish.
The characters are a little bit.
The idea of punching a tree to get resources just breaks immersion. Taming dinosaurs by punching them in the head until they go unconscious breaks immersion. But, like I cannot remember the last time I had such an intense experience as when a gigantic snake attacked me out of nowhere, chased me to my home, started breaking down the walls that I had spent hours building, while I was inside screaming and trying to figure out how to get rid of this snake, and it was destroying everything I'd built for hours. This was an incredibly immersive experience that I haven't found anywhere else. And honestly, with all of its flaws, because of the type of experiences that it can give you, I think it's worth trying. Maybe not. So I would say yes. You should try it. Maybe you're not going to play it for 100 hours and get to the end game and grind until you have a laser gun or a nuclear weapon or whatever. But try it. It is a really interesting world that will give you experiences that I haven't found anywhere else. Sorry to go so long. Mika.
Wow. I must congratulate you because that was a good opinion.
Thank you.
I feel very similar because yes, this game looks really strange at first point. And I don't think I liked these games before, even though I liked Forest, and it feels a little bit closer to Forest game. And this is, as you said, you really start to care about your home, about your surrounding, about your character. I like even the fact that you might switch from first person view to third person.
Yeah.
And cool. There's a lot of things to do. There's a huge island, and the island is not alone there. There's many other islands, and this is fun. Even though the optimization is not so great, and there's some like strange animation, or some dinosaurs might be like suddenly disappearing.
Yeah.
Or
it could be a fantastic, excellent game. I would say because of the limitations and some of the failings, it is just a very good game. But as you said about all the different things that you can do, it is a great example of a sandbox because depending on what you like to do in a video game, you can do that.
And there's many things you can do this game, and all of them I liked. So I'm saying yes to this game, but not only to online fun, but also for single player. Because if you want to just enjoy it or not be bothered suddenly maybe by snakes, that's NPC, but if you don't want to be attacked with other people like in low level, in high level, because there's going to be a lot of people now in the ARK since it's free.
Yeah. It's going to be kind of a mess for a while.
It's going to be mess.
I would say, from what I understand, the most fun comes from multiplayer. But I would say, try the single player that still has a lot to offer. If you like crafting, if you like sandbox, if you like survival, the single player offers a lot of experiences. This snake experience I was talking about, I will remember that for years. And that was single player. So don't, if you immediately join a multiplayer ARK and get killed 10 times in the first minute, just try the single player for a little while.
That's actually a good idea. You can play solo first to actually learn the basics and maybe not be so much punished by the other players who can like hunt you down when you begin with just bare hands.
Yeah.
So I think we both agree that this game is worth a try, even though it doesn't look like it's your kind of thing.
Absolutely.
It seems like this is actually one of these games that everybody should try, because
I think so.
Not only the players who like multiplayer, but who likes single play. The question is if you can run this game if you don't have like potato computer.
Yeah. Now look, even if you can't run it now, remember it's free this week only from Epic Games with all of the DLC. Not all, but almost
with
all.
Many other maps. So this is a great way how to end actually all the mystery games.
It's pretty good. I thought it was anticlimactic, but it's pretty good. Which means make sure you claim it even if you have a potato PC right now, because it'll be in your library forever. You can install it sometime in the future, and I think it will still be worth it. If you are watching this video right after it's released, on Sunday, we're releasing this video on Thursday, and on Sunday, that means the 12th, 13th, 14th of June, we are actually going to have our first multiplayer experience with our fans.
So it means we'll be in the game and we'll be giving you actually a way how you can join us in our map, because it should be for up to 100 players. So a lot of people might either help us in our journey on the island, or kill us, or do.
They're all gonna help us, Mikhail. Come on,
or maybe we can do teams, like team
You've
deathmatch.
seen the chat. Everyone there are like the best people you've ever met in your life. Right?
So definitely don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so you know when we exactly go live, because we do all about these free games. They are very sensitive on time, only 1 week to claim it, and also some live streams, so you don't want to miss that.
And because if you're new to free games from Epic, the free games are not going to end. This is the last mystery game, but if you go on the Epic game page, you'll see they're returning to their previous system of announcing free games 1 week in advance. Those games we will continue to play, review, and tell you if they are worth your time. So make sure you stay with us.
And don't forget to visit our friend Low Budget Gaming, who does even more about free games.
He's
and
awesome.
Great deals about the game.
Subscribe to
check
him,
him out.
join him, hit all the buttons on his page. He's awesome. Yeah.
Okay, so to all our offline visitors, we say
We'll see you in our next video. Bye.
Bye. And for everybody who's still here,
everyone else who's still here,
finally get to the chat, and we can finally get to some comments.
Everyone who's saying that it's pre-recorded, it's not. We are just that good. And the guy